Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Salty Sweet Games for the first time this Saturday morning. This is a place where we shenanigan, sob, and smooch our way through tabletop role-playing games and scream our way through horror video games. I am one of your hosts, Salty.
And I'm Sweet.
And these various assorted spices are our friends. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, our Pulp Cthulhu campaign. Before we go around and meet everyone and their characters, we have some channel stuff to do. Firstly, a ton of thanks to our sponsors, starting with Roll20, our virtual tabletop of choice, which unites gamers across any distance with easy-to-use tools that run straight from your web browser for free. We're part of their Spotlight program, which highlights indie TTRPG creators all across the interwebs, and we love working with them very, very much. We are also affiliates with Dice Envy and Grinding Coffee Co., so we have links and discounts with them that you can see in our panels below, or the links will pop up in chat so you can save some money on your shiny math rocks or your dirty bean water, as I like to call it. It's delicious. Yes. Thank you to everybody who has subbed, resubbed, gifted subs, followed, watched on YouTube, left a like, all those things. It really, really helps us out. And of course, there are tip incentives down below if you would like to affect the game directly. Everything that comes in goes to supporting new projects, kind of keeping the lights on, and of course, compensating our cast. So you can help us out, help the PCs out. It's a win-win and all that jazz. The list of what you can do is down below under the Affect the Game panel. It is always appreciated. It is never expected. Sit back, enjoy. Last thing, we here at Salty Sweet Games use safety tools, lines, veils, XN and O cards, stars and wishes, and content warnings, because while the characters may be put through hell, the players are here to have fun, and they're our priority always. Without further ado, let's meet them. Who should we start with? Kienna, who are you playing?
You know, not as if I'm starting every single time.
You know what?
Every week.
You know what? It could change. You don't know what I might do.
Just chaos, madness.
You never know.
Never know. The first time we ever do an introduction with not either one of us first, it's going to be a very strange day.
Yes.
I'll tell you that. But hi, everyone. I'm Kienna. I am the Sweet of this channel. My pronouns are she and they. But today I am playing Irene Blackwell. Her pronouns are she and her. She's the resident forger artist of the group. She had an awkward conversation with her ex about their kid that he didn't know about. And now they're going to be doing crimes, I guess. We're breaking and entering into a cultist place. Which I guess cancels out the crime.
I mean,
cancels out the crime. That's how it works. That's how crime math works.
No.
That's what we keep telling ourselves anyway.
You keep telling yourselves that. Let's go over to Allison.
Hey, it's Allison. I play Ganymede Graves' adventure scientist. And we do these kinds of crimes so often in this game that we actually, in our Twitter group chat, have we just call it a B&E at this point. It's not breaking it, it's just a B&E. No, it's not a P&E. Thanks, though, live captioner. I get the spring vibes. Also, I don't know why my camera's frozen, but I'll see what I can do about that.
Cool. Summer will be back with us soon, and so I guess we have to go over to Tommy early.
Wow, I know. This is so weird.
So weird.
Yes, hello. I too would like bacon and eggs. That would be great. Yes. Love that beanie. Yes, hello. Hi. It's early in the morning. I am Tommy Adam Perider Pengu, and I play Zebulon Augustine Claiborne Montgomery III. And he is... Is this the first time he's performing a B&E?
Perhaps.
I don't think he's broken in anywhere himself.
You went into the subway tunnels once, which...
Yeah, that's not really breaking and entering. That's very hard. You're not really breaking and you're not really breaking anything to get into the subway, like, except maybe yourself. if you get ran over by a train.
Which you almost did.
Which I almost did. Oh boy. So I think this is Zeb's first B&E. So we'll see how that goes.
Excellent, excellent. All right. Time for our broad recap, especially if you're just joining us. It's easy to catch up. Watch. So easy. Look, the investigators came together over the murder of their good friend Jackson Elias, who was investigating the infamous Carlisle expedition, the members of which were all formerly presumed dead. That led him, and now you all, to a conspiracy involving various death cults around the world. Many names, many forms, but all the same and to one end. You theorize that these cults are amassing in specific locations around the globe and working together to build a machine of some sort, though the particulars and purpose are still unknown to you. In Shanghai, you know the cult in question is called the Order of the Bloated Woman, and you've met Jack Brady, a member of the Carlisle expedition who knows what the cult is up to and can help you stop them. To be more specific, last time, the investigators' dawn ferry ride grew tense as Victor confronted Irene about their child and why Irene kept her a secret. Victor didn't know about it. Victor, a member of Shanghai's Green Gang, decided he'd only assist the group if he was allowed to see little Anna, but Irene said no. Later that evening, Irene and Zeb finally set Captain Isodetaro of the Japanese Imperial Navy straight. It's the Order of the Bloated Woman who's building a weapon, not Jack Brady and the militia that he's with. Meanwhile, Charlie and Ganymede had a delicate dinner conversation with Madame Swallow regarding the retrieval of her stolen property from Jack Brady and what she could offer in return. Charles suggested how she could possibly handle it all herself, which took her aback a bit, and the evening ended with Charles checking in on Irene and kissing her on the cheek. Boo! 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 Another log for the slow burn. Anyway, it is the morning of Friday, May 15th, 1925, 7 days before the new moon, and you have a break-in to do.
Why do y'all think she keeps telling us how many days it is before the new moon?
I don't know.
It's just totally random, right?
I don't think there's any
know.
importance to that.
I don't know.
I didn't think so
Absolutely
either.
not.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
been
Good, thanks for the
doing it
confirmation.
since England, so it probably means nothing.
I imagine that Zeb's probably up early. Probably, because we probably turned in pretty early compared to the other two. Well, we probably would have checked in on you. But I think Zeb's up early. He's got coffee going. Or got coffee delivered, probably. He's not. Oh man, he's still getting used to living the luxury life with Charles.
Yeah, you are very well taken care of in your guest house.
And think you know what he's doing? He's probably practiced swinging the cricket bats. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, he's got the.
The most formidable weapon. Oh, wait. How many days has it been? Wait, how many days has it been since you went to the... Yeah, it's been a day. How long did Shishiung say it would take?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. You'd think your keeper would keep track of that.
You would also think I would have written down that because of how much I wanted the thing. I've got a lot of notes.
We'll figure it out. I'm sure it won't be much longer. Yeah, because you got kidnapped from the J. Lilly Foundries on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
It's been literally about 24 hours.
Yeah.
We've been here for what, 3 days? 4 days?
No, you've been here since Monday.
Okay, so
And
like
it's Friday, so this is the
five,
fifth
whole
day.
so 4 for 4. So we've been here for 4 days.
Listen, it's a whole thing. Okay, so
but
what?
yeah, so I think
Yes, what is the plan?
probably to do a bit of a stakeout first, right?
You
I'd
know what?
imagine.
That's such. I didn't think that you were gonna do that.
Well, maybe not like a long-term stakeout, but at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
very least, like a day
Right,
stakeout.
right.
I love how you immediately assume that we're just gonna fucking go
Just
in
thought you were
guns
gonna go.
a-blazing.
Yep. Well, but I did write down if they observe for any amount of time, they'll learn this.
Okay.
I love the idea that we're like all gathered around the breakfast table and we're having this, like Zeb is sort of, the three of us are kind of on the other side. And so, all right, so Zebulon, what this is your B&E. What do you think we should do first? See how much you have learned.
And we're hoisting the responsibility onto Zeb.
Yeah, the baby.
Yes, right.
The baby.
Is Bab is 21 years old.
He's got a mustache. He just looks.
He does have a
mature.
mustache now. I don't think he's I think he's got a. I think Zeb's a summer birthday, so he's not 22 yet. Well, if I were to go by apparent, what I have experienced from y'all, it seems that B&E should be absolutely not thought through, spur of the moment decisions, with no backup plans, or you're really, it really seems like you're calling an audible most of the time with the B&E. But I mean, I'm just gonna say, I think, when we stormed the what's his face's house out in England.
Edward Gavigan.
Gavigan, that's right. Well, I think legitimately Zebulon, like, it's like, oh, what's his
Who
face?
was it that kidnapped my sister? Can't remember his name.
Yeah. Well, when we stormed Gavigan's place, and we kind of staked it out for a bit first. I think we should do that, because that, for all intents and purposes, went fairly well. I think it was a little, hectic there at the end with the whole thing and all that. But I think it went pretty well. So maybe we do that again. Maybe not for as long. We're not, taking out a whole, like, edge of an island thing, waiting for backup kind of thing. But, we should probably at least get the lay of the land first, instead of going in guns blazing, kicking down their door. Looking at Ganymede.
Pointed.
Ganymede is she's a little bit like Zebulon, dear, what are you trying to imply?
Nothing. I'm sure it's nothing.
I've been spending too much time with Americans. All right.
I don't think that was. I think.
No, guns blazing. It's clearly an American trait.
Well.
All right. So perhaps a stakeout then.
Yeah, although we should definitely make sure that we are careful, given the last time I did a little bit of a following and a stakeout. I mean, I thought I did a pretty good job, but I guess Madam Lynn was just a little bit better. So definitely should not be underestimating these folks.
We are being followed by at least 2 different groups, if not 3. Probably more like 3 around here. So we should probably take care of that too.
Yes. Yes. Although I find myself somewhat less concerned about Madame Lynn this morning. Based on our conversation last night, I had imagined that perhaps she was at the heart of all of this cult business, but I think perhaps I was mistaken about that. Well, regardless, we should be on our guard. Can we sneak out? Is there any way for us to sneak out of this guest house, do you suppose?
Sure. Absolutely.
Can go out a back window or kitchen door or something?
Yeah.
And Zeb thinks it's time for the return of Gerald Fitzpatrick.
Oh my god.
Alter ego.
Yes. Yes.
Do you still have those like clothes? Like,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
Why not?
Yep. Although definitely less of a winter worker vibe, not the heavy,
Right.
not the heavy sort of sweater, just linens and suspenders and the hat.
Yeah, you look like you could fit in with lots of the warehouse workers around here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Gerald Fitzpatrick.
Great. But you still have your mustache.
I do.
That's
still
what I was
have
gonna
my
say.
mustache.
Like, if you're really going all in, that mustache.
Would have to go. Anyway, so yes, you can of course choose an exit that is not the front door.
I'm sure the international workers, most of them have facial hair in this era.
Yeah, lots of facial hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shanghai is an international city. Y'all are smack dab in the middle of the international settlement.
He shaves that morning, but he leaves the full ring beard. It's not quite as bushy as his paintbrush mustache, but he leaves the ring beard.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And y'all aren't going very far. You have passed by Ho Fang's warehouse before, and you know that it is not very far from where you are at all. In fact, it's number 11 on your map, near the river.
Right.
That is super close, actually.
Yep. Mr. Lee, your comprador, will be not breaking and entering. Will likely stay with Charles, who is taking on the role of lookout. This B&E.
Yeah, can you imagine forcing him to fucking break?
I feel like
that
there
dude?
might be an amount Charles could offer him in which to get him to break into Ho Fang's warehouse.
I don't think there is.
All right, so what's our layout here, like in terms of like the warehouse? What's sort of around it, I guess?
Yeah, let me head over to my warehouse map. Now, you've passed along here before when you were following up on the newspaper leads with Anthony Chang of the Shanghai Courier. And that's one of the times that you spotted the warehouse along the river. It is a large brick building on the north bank of the river. All of the windows are at least 7 feet from the ground and are covered with iron grills. It is a sizable warehouse. It is across and next to some smaller places of business. There are various warehouses along this part of the city, but there are also bars and things nearby for when workers get off shifts. Also, there is a yacht anchored close to the warehouse, with words in printed in English as well. You had done some research and you remembered some of the yachts around here having British registries, which makes them stand out. This one is called the Luxuriant Goddess.
No, we learned from Jack Brady that was it Penhue that had the yacht in town? Is this his yacht?
No, it is not. His yacht, Jack. What did Jack Brady? Let me get back up there to my nice little monologue. Jack Brady saw Sir Aubrey Penhue. Oh, I don't know that he told you, but you know that to the Sea Devil, this was one of the places the Sea Devil was delivering to, and yes, and the boy who was keeping an eye on the docks for you did find another yacht, which you do know the name of, but I can't think of right now, but I'll find it. Yacht.
What a weird word, yacht.
Yacht. I believe it was called the Dark Mistress.
Dark Mistress.
So we've got the Sea Devil, the Dark Mistress, and the Luxuriant Goddess now. Yachts on yachts on yachts.
Right, then I think Zeb probably finds, buys an international newspaper. I was really trying to just buy a local newspaper. But no, he's gonna buy an international newspaper, and maybe I'm gonna guess none of the bars are open yet.
Oh, I think they're open all the time around here because some of the warehouses probably have night shifts, so if they get off early in the morning, they have a place to go.
Then maybe Zeb's gonna, post up at a bar nearby and keep an eye on it and start morning drinking. try to look like
try to blend
in like an evening shift worker.
Yeah. Why don't you make an appearance check just to see if folks kind of treat you as if you're one of them.
Oh boy, do I use my one advantage on this? My appearance is 50.
That's good. It's like a 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Oh boy, I don't think I'll use it yet. By the way, chat, did you know you can donate? I've got to, summer's not here, and I gotta get that one shill in.
Who's gonna do our shilling?
All right, let's do an appearance check.
Do it. Hey, look at that! You blend right in.
Okay, there you go. Wow.
Look at you go.
Wow. Yeah. Zeb's just yeah. So Zeb's just gonna definitely look tired and worn out and kind of just nursing his drink slowly and reading the paper and keeping sort of keeping an eye on the warehouse.
Nice. Yes. You blend right in with the warehouse workers, and I think what are you gonna pick up from this? Such a good role.
I want to make friends. I want I want to join a group of workers, and they will be convinced that I am one of them.
Yeah, of course. This is Jerry. There is, of course, the language barrier, since you don't speak a lick of Shanghainese.
We understand each other, us workers, right?
Right.
Gerald Fitzpatrick understands.
Gerald Fitzpatrick fits in anywhere. It's a gift. I think what you can pick up kind of with this camaraderie is that there's definitely, bringing up that warehouse, I think there's definitely some distaste and a bit of nervousness that you pick up from these workers. None of these workers are from Hofang's warehouse. It seems like there isn't an evening shift, or if there is, it's much smaller and not noticeable. But if you ask, basic
Other than that, I'm
questions-
Other than that, I'm just watching the warehouse.
Oh yeah, nice.
And, yeah.
Irene and Ganymede, what are you two doing on the stakeout?
Irene's not very sneaky. I would look at my character sheet. I'm like, 46 is not terrible, but it's also not great. So I think she's mostly just like observing and seeing, who's coming in and out. Also keeping an eye out for anyone who might be watching her.
Yeah.
Any of that type of stuff. Just a general what's going on.
Yeah. So why don't you give me a spot hidden? I also want to know what you're doing to remain inconspicuous. Are you having breakfast? Are you walking along the dock? Also, how early did y'all come out here?
I imagine we came out around breakfast time, so at least people would generally, occupied with something else, whether that's work or eating food or something else. So I think Irene will be having breakfast as well. And let's see. I got
Nice.
a hard success.
Nice. There we go. Very nice. So, I think if y'all came out kind of around breakfast time, especially since it's a Friday, I think you will start to see the workers arrive. There are several large doors to this warehouse that actually lead out onto the dock or in the back where things could be loaded off or on of trucks. But most of the workers enter from a side door on the warehouse, which one of them unlocks. It has a large, chunky padlock on it. And this is about 7 a.m. I think everybody starts to head in, and you count, with a hard success, about 30 folks heading into the warehouse. All appear to be local. And there's something in here. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think that's what you see.
Is there anyone who seems suspicious of us or keeping an eye on us in any way?
Nope.
Okay. Where's Ganymede? Can I assume Zeb's off on his own
Yeah, he's blending.
adventure?
Zeb is Gerald Fitzpatrick now.
Hey!
Mr. Gerald Fitzpatrick.
We've got an advantage for Irene. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Awesome. Ganymede Ganymede stays with Irene unless she feels like she doesn't want her to. But at some point during the day, I'm thinking maybe I would check in at, is it the Seafarers Club? Is that a...
Yes, that was one of the things that was nearby.
Yeah. The Seamen's Club.
Yes, the Seamen's Club. Thank you, web captioner, for doing that correctly.
I had to change
I
it in
changed
my
mine
web capture
too.
settings. I was like, we're going to change that now.
Okay, what are you doing at the Seamen's Club?
I'm also blending and casually asking questions to see if I can gather any information specifically about the luxuriant goddess and also the Sea Devil, my old nemesis.
Yes. Nothing really about the Sea Devil. I think people recognize the name and can describe the captain, but he does not come here. The luxuriant goddess, however, let's see. Again, British registry. And about, oh yeah, this is really good. I need some social check from you.
Yes. I haven't gotten to do that in a while.
Yeah.
I'll probably use an advantage on this.
Why not? Hey,
Yes.
Nice.
It's a charm roll.
Yes, very good. So I think one of the first mates in here, who I'm gonna say is French, because there's also the French settlement at this time. She said, as she knows she can't do a French accent, not that she would ever attempt one, but it's not happening. Says that the luxuriant goddess, about once a month, now I kind of want to do it. He's got like a little mustache, right? And he's got his little sailor's hat, and it's like tipped to the side. He's been drinking. It's a good morning. It's a good like 7 a.m. in the morning. And about once a month, the luxuriant goddess makes a trip out to the east of the city. Let me actually... Why would I go to that map? But makes a trip out once a month to, I think, the northeast of the city, and has never had any problems, but this man has heard that other ships who go out that way have had problems, have had to turn back because of like strange weather phenomena or other things that go wrong out there. So there's starting to be a bit of a rumor about heading out that way. There are a couple of little islands, he tells you. Oh, and there is one with a volcano out that way.
Of course there is.
Why not? You know?
Of course there is.
It's like, why not? Why not just a volcano? You know?
This is awesome. This is our first real lead toward where the cult might be assembling here in Shanghai. I love it. I love it. I'll buy him another drink.
I said northeast. I mean southeast. That's my bad. Southeast.
I'd buy him another drink.
Yep.
And ask him how long he's in port for.
And he talks your head off.
Yes, I'm there for it.
Okay,
awesome.
And also, Ganymede, keep in mind what you had previously discovered about the warehouse, and the potential entryway under the dock.
Yes, I've been weighing whether it's worth trying to swim in, like weighing that against everything that, or the little bit that Jack Brady told us about fish people.
What fish? You have seen no fish people.
Dangerous fish people.
I don't think so. I don't think there are any fish people. Irene, with your hard spot hidden from earlier, you certainly don't see anybody using that entrance. but that doesn't mean it's never used.
Right. I'm sure most people wouldn't use it in the middle of the day.
Yeah, broad daylight. But around 6 p.m., the workers start to leave. And Irene, you got a pretty good head count, so I would say there are 5 or 6 that you don't see leave.
Okay.
And we're around sunset now.
Yeah, so Irene has spent this entire time probably in the same area, eating food, but also, she had a sketchbook out. She probably looked like a normal, tourist who's just like, oh, look at this pretty exotic sight.
Yeah. And also, Ganymede, I'm going to just give this to you. You know the tide is high at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Okay.
At this time of year. Because you are
High
a
enough?
sailor. Yes, high enough.
Okay.
You're a sailor. You would know that.
I would 100% know that. Okay.
All right. What you doing?
I guess
Imagine
we'd
we
probably...
reconvene.
Yeah, we'd have to reconvene and be like...
Zeb definitely would have left for a little bit in the middle, just so that it looked like he was going home, and changed out of Gerald Fitzpatrick, and take off the hat, make the hair a little nicer, put on a suit, and would have strolled past later, but that's all just observation stuff. But just so that unless he wants to stay at the bar all day after having pulled an evening shift, which totally isn't suspicious at all.
No.
And I guess we would we reconvene back at the hotel?
Yeah.
Probably would make sense.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
I think actually what Charles did today was go out the front door when all of you went out the back and kind of had a sightseeing day with Mr. Lee. We love it.
Led our pursuers on a jolly chase around Shanghai.
Yes.
Brilliant.
All right. Well, what do y'all think?
Well, our best bet's probably going to be at night. I noted there were about 30 people there during the day, and left about 5 or 6 by the time most of the workers went home.
Yeah, and they apparently don't have an evening shift, as I've learned, so definitely would be the quietest time there.
What time did the workers arrive this morning?
Around 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And they left around sunset, around 6 p.m. It does bear notice that if they don't have an evening shift, it is interesting that there are people left there in the evening. There is a big padlock. I watched one of them open it up. I would assume then the person who has the keys is staying behind in the evenings.
Probably. Is there any chance we could get in from the water side?
There's a chance, certainly. It would have to be close to high tide. But that doesn't give us much time. That would be 5 a.m.
I mean, if we can't, I feel like we don't really want to be there any longer than 2 hours.
I feel like if we're there for any longer than an hour, something has gone wrong.
Yeah. That might be the best time. I mean, even the people staying there will have to sleep or go somewhere at some point.
Yes, well, and that's when I would feel most likely that we would find them sleeping. I'm a bit concerned about what we might find in the water, but
I mean, I'm a bit concerned what we're going to find anywhere here. I mean, if we're going by, records and these cults, there's probably going to be some wacky shit everywhere.
yes, of course. Of course you're right. And even as Ganymede says that, she's maybe a little anxious about this. She grew up among sailors, hearing legends about sea monsters, and scientist or not, I think it might mess with her head just a little bit.
Fair.
If Jack Brady's companion that we're looking for, if she's there, I would assume there's also someone keeping guard, unless they just have her so locked up that they think that she won't get out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to assume there's probably at least a couple people in there.
Yeah, definitely go armed for sure. Although I think that I really, we should probably try and keep this as incognito as possible. If she isn't there, then I don't think we want to alert them that we are looking that we've been to the warehouse. I'm sure I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sure at this point that they know we're looking for them.
Yes, well,
best that we can. Let's try not to tip our hand too early if we don't have to.
I agree. Well, perhaps some rest then, and we can begin to make our way over around 4:30 or so.
Sounds about right. When's this? Is 5 a.m. before sunrise? I imagine.
Yeah.
It's still,
Yeah.
It's March.
It's May.
May. How much dark clothing do we have?
As much as you want to have.
Irene is gonna have to wear pants for this.
All right. I imagine at some point we're all like, we should probably have a set of dark clothing. Like,
Yes.
just in case.
Wear sneaky clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you bringing your guns into the water though?
I've been thinking about that.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Can we get one of those like oiled up like canvas bags that are like watertight, right?
Uh-huh. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Someone
One
make a luck
canvas.
check.
Oh boy.
I mean, unless you think Ganymede has this, because if you think Ganymede has this, I think it's totally fair.
I think Ganymede does for her.
Not for
weapon.
everyone else, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a cricket bat, so like,
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
I will roll the
Yeah.
luck then because I'm the one who needs it.
Yeah.
I'm also the one carrying the paper around at any given point. Wow.
Oof.
Nope.
No.
No gun
That's
for me.
bad. That's bad.
Okay, good to know.
Do you have a knife?
I don't. I'm not equipped for that, I don't think.
You have a little pencil sharpening tool.
Yes, I do. It's a tiny
Right.
little,
Yeah.
tiny little blade.
Perfect.
Right.
Oh man, I still have a useful item sitting in my possession.
Oh,
You do.
you now? You can declare it if you would like.
I am fine without a weapon right now.
I feel like we want guns. I feel like that's pretty important.
Come on, like whatever.
I mean, I've gone into fights in this game before with just I used an iron on a cultist in New York
Oh,
City.
good.
That's true. That happened.
That's true. We may be able to also pick up some weapons with
Yes,
the
I'm
warehouse.
sure I could find a crowbar at a warehouse.
All right, and like a wrench. Get a big wrench. Oof, those big mechanical
Yeah,
wrenches.
so I'm fine without a gun.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Yeah,
I'm
I'll keep
sure.
my useful item
Yeah,
then for
hold
the
on
moment.
to that. I'm sure it'll come in handy soon. Okay, so it's now Saturday morning, May 16th, 1925, 6 days before the new moon. Yeah, take it away. How are you approaching all that stuff, and I will call for checks as needed.
We go out the back in the same way that we did earlier today.
Yeah, I definitely think that this is Zeb's like, all right, well, if I think Ganymede definitely you should now you have more experience with the going out and doing of actiony things, I guess. But let's try not to kick down the door.
No, I have no intentions of kicking down any doors this evening.
All right then. How best do we approach from the water then?
I'll lead us a little way because it's in the river. So I want to lead us up a little way upriver from the warehouse so that we're not swimming against current. And I'm looking for that spot that's just far enough that that we won't be spotted, but that's close enough that it minimizes our time in the water.
Sure.
And yeah, if there's I'll probably be first in and lower myself off of the dock into the water rather than diving, just to keep things quiet. And I imagine that the water is cold. It's always colder than I expect it to be, but just a little bit brackish, and I push back off from the dock, and I'm kind of treading water as waiting for the others to join me.
Mm-hmm. Charles has decided to be the lookout. He also has very nice clothes that he doesn't feel like getting wet. So
even he's got the oh my gosh, he's got like the black turtleneck. But it's like the tactical turtleneck, but it's a nice cashmere turtleneck.
That's right. Yeah, totally.
What Charles has.
He's gotta look sexy no matter what.
True.
Oh man.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess Zeb will follow suit.
And Irene?
Yep, I guess I'm just going along.
Okay, so what I would like is a group stealth check. You all have advantage because it is night.
Great. I was gonna spend it, so I'm glad.
Is that just one check to represent all of us,
no,
or
I would
everybody?
like all of you to make it.
Oh my god.
5 luck.
5 luck.
I'm spending that 5 luck.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
It's a
fuck
free
this up this early.
resource. Oh,
I'm
God.
using 1 too, and I'll
Okay.
use 2 luck.
2 luck.
Oh boy.
Okay. 2 passes and a fail will come out to a pass. Because it was not a crit fail. So I think Zeb makes a pretty big, maybe loses his footing, but it makes like a decent splash. But nobody's close enough or interested enough to spy any of you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, now I need a group luck check for no reason and it doesn't have to
No reason.
It doesn't
No
have,
reason.
Listen, it doesn't have anything to do with anything. Pass, hard pass.
I don't want to roll now.
Just don't crit fail.
Just don't crit fail. Okay.
Okay.
Crit fail.
Okay.
Can I spend 11 luck on?
No,
No.
you can't.
But that's an overall pass. So, you have some good luck on your side this evening. Nothing, presses against your legs as you're swimming.
Uh,
Man, I just think I used to live on a lake where there were fish that could get up to like 4 or 5 feet
Oh,
long.
no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So that, because you're going in at high tide, because Ganymede's leading you, because of the luck check, and there's nothing impeding you, you don't have to make swim checks going in
Good.
for now.
Good to know.
Ganymede's swim check is good enough for all of you, anyway.
Probably.
Okay. So, I haven't been over to a map in a while.
Ooh, map
I
time.
think we could go over to a map.
We love map time.
We love maps here.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Whoops, that's not... My cameras always... They like to switch on me. Come here. They're... Away with you. Eventually I'll get there myself. It'll be a great, great day. Here we go. So, you've come in about here and headed under the dock. Right here. It's great.
Yeah.
And you are going to pop up here. Let me describe as you go under what you see. Above you is an iron hatch. And so you are maybe, with the tide moving, you're able to reach up to it. You get, like, brought up to it. But it is closed.
This is, once we go under the dock, this is terrifying.
Yes.
Like, being in the water in the black of night and you can't see the sky is terrifying. And even Ganymede is having a hard time holding it together, I think. But as we get to that hatch, can we just pause and listen for a moment?
Sure. Any listen check, I think, with the sound of the water and everything is going to be hard. But
Okay.
go ahead and make listen checks.
All right. Regular success for me. Oh, there's the hard success.
Nice, Irene. Nice. Okay. So, listening out for, like, voices and such.
Yeah, movement in
Yeah.
whatever room is above us.
Yeah. Okay. You do not hear any.
Cool.
And there's no ladder, right?
No.
It's just
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing on this side.
okay.
They're kind of like two 3x7 foot doors.
Oof. Okay. Well, I will. I'll look to the others and say, "Are we ready then?"
I
Zeb will
would
nod.
prefer to get out of the water.
Yeah, you're being like sloshed around.
Yeah,
and
it's fair.
like you're brought
Yeah.
up high enough where you can kind of steady yourself on the dock, like on the planks of wood, like the beams.
Yeah. I will reach up and then try to push up just by kicking
Okay.
against the resistance of the water to see if I can push one of those doors up.
Yeah, I like this a lot. I need some kind of check. It's probably a strength check.
Is this? I was going to ask if perhaps it was the swim check, but I can do a strength.
I mean, I I can kind of see that. I think you also will know that these doors are heavy enough that you're going to need help doing this maneuver.
That will help
Okay.
out. For sure.
Okay. What are your strengths?
Mine is 70.
-2.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right. So is that just one strength check from
Um,
me, or checks from both of us?
and Irene, what's your strength?
60.
Okay.
Pretty beefy group here.
Yeah. So tell me what this maneuver's like. You're like pulling yourself up and kicking, or pushing.
No. Yeah. You know how you would. You could just kick in the water, like when you're treading water, and
Uh-huh.
if you kick fast enough, you can lift yourself up out of the water a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's that, and all of us sort of trying to do it together at the same time to get enough leverage to
Okay.
lift one of these up. And if I can just get my hands in between the two, then I think I can pull myself up and kind of push the door up on my back or something like that. But I don't know, maybe it's too heavy.
It's a pretty beefy door, but I think all of you working together might be able to do this, but I need some kind of check to make this
Yeah.
happen.
Okay.
So, whatever you like to sell me on.
All right. I am going to make the swim check, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hard success.
Nice. So you're like kicking your legs and going up with your hands?
I wonder if
Yes.
Zeb supporting your feet and then him kicking up to try and like push you up with his strength sort of to give you leverage would
Yeah.
work.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
That could work.
So I would take either a swim check or a strength check from you, Zeb,
Okay. Going with strength.
to assist. Ganny's got a hard success, so
Yeah.
that's very helpful.
Come on, strength.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
Normal success.
Okay, so yeah, Zeb kind of goes down in the water to help you get some more height and some more support. Irene, how are you helping out?
Oh boy. Irene's very out of her element right now in more ways than one.
Maybe you're trying to keep the door from like clanging open when we push it.
That could work.
Yeah.
Maybe you're like, yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel right.
Like-
But Irene's doing like when you're
Yeah.
trying to help, but like your other
Like
two
we don't want to like
friends are
push it
doing
and just
more.
have it fly open and just go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe, do you have something like to shove in there when you
Yeah,
get that?
right.
Like so that it doesn't close back down?
Yeah, if you have something you can wedge in between the two in that little opening, then it's easier to pull up and push against the door.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah. What do you think this object is?
Well, considering I don't have any of my art stuff on me, because I don't have a bag, I think this is like a big wad of cloth or something like that,
Mhm.
like,
Perfect.
which had previously been wrapped maybe around her arm, and she kind of unwound it
Mhm.
and like preparing to shove it there.
Okay. All right.
I have no idea what type of roll that is, but dexterity.
Yeah, I give you Dex or a luck check, either one.
We'll do dex.
Hey, wow, look at y'all.
Okay.
Look at y'all. So this gives you just kind of like this wadded up thing, gives you just enough so it doesn't actually shut, and you can, I think, Ganymede, get your hand in like on the next tide raise, and it's a lot of upper body strength because like you're still like almost a yard down, as you know. So
Yeah, it's a pull up.
yeah, it's a pull up. That's exactly it. So I think I want a strength check from you, Ganny.
Okay. Oh.
Did you have an advantage? Or are you out?
No, I still have one. Do I have to? There we
Hey. Okay.
go. All right.
Yeah, so describe this for me.
Yeah, as Irene kind of gets that wad of cloth in between the two pieces. I don't know, do we see any light? Or is
I
it
don't
dark?
think so. I think it's dark in
Love
here.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just dark, but
Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh.
It is dark, but you do see as you're doing this pull up, it's dark in the room, but there's a bit of light coming from maybe under a door or through a crack.
Okay. Yeah, so I pull myself up on the other door, and as I do, I'm kind of lifting the one that we've managed to open on my back to kind of just like pull myself up through, and I have to I don't get it the first time.
Yeah.
But Irene manages to keep that cloth there, so when it comes back down, it doesn't slam. It just sort of rests against the cloth, and that absorbs the weight of it. But the second time, I'm able to, just kick really hard and pull myself up and lift that heavy iron door up and kind of push myself up past the waist, and then I can crawl through the rest of the way. And unless there's something that needs shooting right away, I'll very quickly move to the door and open up the door for the others to come up.
Okay. So once you get in, I want you to make a listen check.
Okay. I fail. Probably have water in my ears.
Yeah. But you do see light now as your eyes kind of adjust coming from underneath the door.
Okay. Then I, moving as quickly as I can, I'll lift up that half door and kind of holding it open with one hand, I'll hold a hand down to pull up whoever comes next.
Okay. Are you lowering it quietly?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay.
No, we're just gonna fling open everything, Lauren.
Listen. You have before.
Ganymede.
I love how we have to clarify every single time.
As quietly as possible.
Okay.
We might actually just kick it down.
Okay. Yeah. I think this is doable now that you're up at the top, right? And you can assist. So I don't think I need checks from Zeb or Irene to enter.
All right. So, what should we be looking for? I guess a guard standing outside of a room would seem to be the most suspicious place for a prisoner.
Yeah, what are we seeing in the room?
Yeah. So, a couple things. I also want Irene and Zeb to make listen checks as you're out of the
Cool.
water now.
Listen.
Hey,
Whoa,
extreme success.
look at that
Whoa,
extreme.
nice. Okay, that
Extreme.
is very fortunate. Because you hear a couple voices just on the other side of the door to this room. Not alarmed voices, and you don't understand what they're saying, but it just sounds like kind of...
How many people does it sound like?
With an extreme success, like 5 or 6.
Boy. Zeb's gonna point to the door and hold up like 5, and hold up a finger to be quiet.
You also, I mean, you've been in Shanghai a few days. I think you also hear like the tiles from, it sounds like tiles from some kind of game being played, and the voices definitely don't sound alarmed, and they don't appear to know you're here either.
Zeb is going to make motions as if he's playing Mahjong.
Yeah.
Mahjong.
So, you are in what appears to be a storeroom. And, wow, you feel like this was, certainly the right way to come in here, because there are a variety of objects, and right away you can tell they are mythos related.
Oh boy.
At least
Great, love that for us.
At least Ganymede can, with because she has points in Cthulhu mythos, but the rest of you will certainly recognize some things. Hey, Irene, remember that statue of a woman
Oh God, yep.
that you
Sure
saw?
do.
Yep. It's here.
Great, love that.
There's one that's about a foot tall, carved from mutton fat jade, so it's white. And this is kind of the first thing all of you see, because it's like right, I think, near the hatch, and then you all have to make sanity checks.
Yay.
Yay! It's been a while.
But what?
It's been a hot
Imagine if we went
second.
insane inside of this room right now.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice!
Whoa.
A critical!
I'm now a furred. I'm now a furred for my life, for my
But
sanity.
you need to roll earlier. You need to roll before us.
Hey!
Ew.
Okay.
We're
So
good.
you all keep it together as you're like staring into the face. It's of
Yeah, I really think we were like, we knew we were this time. Like, we knew we were coming into a cult. So like,
Yeah.
we're just like, we're gonna see some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So it's kind of a large woman with a fan in front of her face, but peeking around the fan, you see tentacles like coming out from the face area.
That's awesome. That's so good. I love it.
Good. I'm sure it will love you too. There's also what looks like this vessel that has handles, and the handles are formed by fierce winged creatures that you recognize very well. Irene has seen them up close and personal. And actually, Ganymede, you can make an archaeology roll in here.
Okay, before I forget, I want to leave that hatch open.
Sure. Nice.
Regular success.
Yeah. So, most of the items in here are Chinese and very old, but there are also Japanese, Indian, African, and other pieces. Some you don't recognize at all. Yes, you are very wet and dripping water.
Dripping.
But also in here, there, as you come up, there appears to be a hoist in here that can basically lower like crates and things. So, what
Through that
else?
hatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Probably down to like small boats that could fit
Right.
under the dock. If you didn't want to be seen.
I thought we had a submarine situation going on.
There are several crates. A couple are labeled AP. And most of the others have addresses on them. You see H.A. Wilcox, 7 Thomas Street in Providence, Rhode Island, USA. Mr. W. Waitley, General Delivery, Dunwich, Massachusetts, USA. Mr. Herbert West, care of Miskatonic University Medical School, Arkham, Massachusetts, USA.
Ooh, we're bringing the classic Cthulhu location.
Seriously.
All right.
Seriously. And characters as well. A little Herbert West action.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh man.
And there's also a storage chest in here that is not open, but is also not locked.
What were the names we had? AP, which is Penhue, most likely.
Mm.
And
There was
sorry, what were
H.A. Wilcox, Mr. W. Waitley, and Mr. Herbert West.
Okay.
Can I just say, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, I thought you would like that.
I'm such a Lovecraft nerd. It makes me so damn happy. I love it. All right.
Is that door through with the other people our only exit to this
Yes.
room? Besides the... Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go through then.
I will open that not locked chest to take a peek.
Okay, cool. So, actually, Zeb, that was a good question, and I'm actually going to ask you for a spot hidden for a more accurate answer. The door is the only obvious way out. Ganymede, opening the chest, there are robes inside, in the colors black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Yes.
Fascinating.
I do not see anything.
Correct.
Too dark. No see.
Oh, God. Zeb like trying to act like Zeb's just like distracted by the statue. He's just like seeing it out of the corner of his eye. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Irene, do you want to make that spot hidden?
Yes, I will do that.
If you want, you don't have to. It's fine.
Yep.
A hard success. Okay, that's, well, good. That's what you needed. Looking kind of in this corner.
Yep.
Of the room, toward the ceiling, you see a bit of like there's like a hole in the ceiling, and like looking up in this kind of dark corner, you can see what looks like the slat like between a stair. And you know, with your eyes adjusted and all to the dark at this point, it looks, yeah, not that it's big enough to squeeze through, but it is like, if you know, stand on something, put your hand up there, it does wiggle, so it might be movable.
Okay.
That is a potential other exit.
Pointing to that, to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I guess Zeb will head over there and try and is there something, how high up is it?
How high is it? How high is it? Let's see. I mean, I think it's less than, how tall is this dang warehouse, you know? That's what I want to know. How tall was it? I'm sure I know. I'm gonna say it's less than, it's probably a good like 7 feet, maybe 7 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So within Zeb's wingspan then, because Zeb's 6'4".
Yeah, especially like using one of the crates in here.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah, Zeb will get up there and he will try and see if he can open it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you think just like with your own strength you start to like move it quietly, I'll assume. Like
nope,
it makes,
Zeb's just whoosh.
it makes only a very small kind of snapping sound. It appears to have been like rotten. Yeah, and it's at least large enough for you all to squeeze out of.
Okay. That chest of robes, is that just one set of robes in there? Or is that a bunch of...
there are several. Like at least a dozen.
I know where you're going with this.
Oh, I love the way you're thinking.
Yeah,
No, we're 100% doing that. No, there is no good reason not to put on one of those robes right now.
What? These robes are robes of corruption. So do we? I mean, you gonna do? Are we gonna do that? Are we good with this?
You want to put some robes on?
You want to put some
Yeah.
robes on? All right.
I do. I
Okay.
definitely do.
Let's put some robes on.
Super casually. Surprise, there's 3 extra members.
Hey, what's that?
We're from the New York and England branches. we're here for an inspection.
You blend.
And then Zeb will try and help the others up to the opening here.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's easily done. Again, I think I want group stealth check. Again, you're gonna have advantage because because a kind of argument has broken out outside of the door. You hear
Someone
like
cheating.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I think Irene, who has a little bit of Shanghainese, can pick that up.
Yeah, it's just a lot of sounds of insults happening.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, we are passing that stealth check with a plum. So Zeb kind of boosts everybody out, and you end up on the top portion of a staircase. It is right here where it says A. And it leads up into kind of a reception area, but nobody is in here.
Reception area. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. I'll take a quick peek at the desk as I pass, but I'm heading for that door.
Mm-hmm.
And is that on the to the east? Is that a window that looks out into the warehouse?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I love it. Yeah, I don't think I can help but at least take a peek out there and see what I can see.
Yeah, make a spot hidden.
Okay.
Nice.
Regular success.
Okay. You can see out into kind of the darkness of the warehouse for a bit. There are several rows of wooden pillars, and there's all sorts of things stored out there. You see fish, canned foods, bagged rice, bricks of tea, porcelains, dried herbs, hardwoods, yard goods, and the kind of dim, you see electric lights hanging, but they are turned off. And you can see almost straight down to this table where there's a lantern, and there are 6 folks gossiping and gambling, and you see playing some different games. About now, 2 of them get up with torches, with flashlights, and kind of like walk through, and you can see their lights moving.
They're walking through the warehouse itself.
Look like okay. Patrolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we definitely don't hear anyone up here, right?
No.
Okay.
I do think it starts to rain outside, and you can hear the noise of it on the roof.
I think I want to get in here anyways and take a better poke around.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to look for any paperwork.
Sure. Here in the receptionist, you don't find anything out of the ordinary. Just kind of business records. What comes in, what goes out. That kind of thing.
Are there any signatures anywhere?
I mean, you see Ho Fang's, like, signing off on things. Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna take a long time looking at that for a
nice.
bit.
Sure. Yeah, I love that.
Just gonna stare at that for a while,
I love that.
committing it to memory.
Sure.
I think Zeb is probably gonna like just sweep the rest of the floor, like head down to like the 2 area there.
Yeah. Yeah, so there is a long hall that leads into kind of I mean it's not luxurious, it's more utilitarian up here. Very simple in design. There's desks, side tables, chairs. There are several books and other bits of bound and rolled paper. There are also tall filing cabinets.
Any interesting names on the books?
We are, of course, on the lookout for a very particular scroll.
Are you?
Yes.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the scroll that Madame Lin was looking for, the 7 cryptical books of Hassan.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you do not see that. You do not see that. However, there are railway atlases, gazetteers, shipping guides, tariff law compendiums, account books, ledgers, clipping books. The filing cabinet is locked. There are also some rolled up, what look to be maybe charts on the desk.
Okay.
Like nautical charts?
Yeah.
So we'll note that.
Yeah. Ganymede,
Yeah,
are you
I
in
wanna
here
take
too?
a look. Yeah, I
Yes.
will. I'm nominally keeping guard while Zeb looks, but if as soon as I hear that those charts are there, I'll come over and take a quick look.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeb will motion for Ganymede to come look at those. And
Excellent.
well,
Yeah.
What do you make of all this?
What do I see?
Yep. So, about 300 miles southeast of Shanghai, there is an island circled. It is small. It looks kind of like a reef, almost. Like, it looks completely insignificant. However, you do see kind of the markings of what looked to be a volcano on it. And there is it is a pretty good map to this place. I mean, I think you have seen maps of like the sea around Shanghai before.
Sure. Yeah.
And like there's nothing about this on any other map that would mark it as significant or even like where it was like specifically located.
Yeah.
And this is a navigation chart that'll get you right there. And there is something written. It is not in English.
I'll grab that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think if this is all pretty normal clerical stuff otherwise, I think Zeb will head over and try to check out the other rooms. Is there another way down into, or is there any other way we'd observe to get into either the downstairs or the warehouse?
Just the staircase that you came up through. The other rooms appear to be a secretary's office, bathroom, and like another kind of assistant's office, but there's nothing that that sticks out to you.
Okay. All right. So this is all just the business stuff up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only other
I hate
thing.
that.
Mhm.
I just hate that file cabinet is locked and
It
none of us
is.
has lockpick skills.
Well, Zeb has
Well,
a useful item.
Well,
if you-
yeah, but Zeb does not know how to lock
But you don't know how to
Yeah.
lockpick.
Does anyone here know how
You
to
know,
lockpick?
you know who had lockpicking skills?
Of
His
course.
name's Victor Gallo, baby.
Of course.
Oh God.
I
Zeb's
mean,
real
we all
tempted.
have one.
Yes, you all have
We
one.
all have one.
What the heck?
God. I'll never forget the.
You don't have lockpicks
18.
though.
Oh, right.
Oh, I'll never forget the character I had that was good at sleight of hand and stuff like that, and never succeeded on them. He had like a 90 in
Okay.
sleight of hand, and he never succeeded in it.
I mean, I have a very large, very loud key that would probably get us in.
No,
And there's
let's
there's
not do
nothing.
that.
There's nothing in the secretary's office or anything.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Okay.
I think we circle
Okay.
back around to that if we have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think our main goal is to figure out whether or not Mei Ling is here.
Yeah.
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 So looking up here, there is no sign of her.
Yeah.
There are likely other rooms on the ground floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just have to figure out
Let's-
how to get past the guards.
Well, we can get down to the ground floor by the stairs, and
Mhm.
unless there are additional guards that we haven't seen, which of course there might be, but we're going to have to get back down to that floor to get out anyway.
True.
Why don't we go to the why don't we go down the stairs
Mm-hmm.
and we can very quietly see what we can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess we head down.
Okay. You head down the stairs, obviously, avoiding the plank that you pulled out.
Mhm.
And you reach the bottom of the stairs here, and you're kind of in that side door you saw the workers come through.
Yeah.
There's a pretty big hallway, and then otherwise, you can come up here and you see a couple more offices, but nothing else, and no sign of a captive flower girl named Choi Mei Ling.
And then it leads out into the warehouse there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't think, unless they're keeping Mei Ling out in the warehouse, I don't think we're gonna find her here. What do you think? Should we try and gather more information while we're here of what we can, or do you think we get out?
Well, we've got visual records of and looks and points at like all of the statue and everything else. Have that. We now have the robes, which might be useful, although they might also note them missing. And well, I've memorized Ho Fang's signature, so.
Seems mighty useful. And, I mean, there's a bunch of ropes in there. Maybe there was some bad accounting, if we want to hold on to these for later use. What's more believable? Someone messed up in their count, or someone took a couple extra robes, maybe they, someone snuck in and took some robes and snuck back out.
Well, the open hatch. we'll surely give that away unless we close it on our way out.
I mean, I imagine that's how we're going to try and get out of here again, right? Unless there's
There
a
is
way
just
out.
a door.
Yeah.
That's true.
Didn't we see that door padlocked though at night?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You closed. Oh no, you didn't close the hatch. That's right. You purposely.
I didn't.
left it
I was
open.
very intentional about
Yeah.
leaving it open in case we needed to go quickly.
Yep.
There's also one space based on the floor plan from upstairs. There's one space here that we've not yet investigated. And it seems as though it can only be accessed from inside the warehouse itself.
Is there a way to get to it without being seen from by the guards?
I mean, yeah, there were lots of rows and they were piled high. It's definitely possible.
I mean, I can see that that's probably just a bathroom, but
We don't know that.
yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
There's a lot of doors.
It
A
would
lot
be
of
it
rooms.
would I mean, like looking at the spacing down below, that would be a weird place to keep a captive, and there are no guards
Yeah.
that can get to it easily.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But we didn't see anything like that captive from upstairs.
Correct.
So the question is, do we want to try and get in that cabinet or not?
This is your burglary,
Oh,
Zebulon.
Oh,
What do you
man,
think?
No, we're not. If you have good ideas, say so. This is not time. Oh, man! If you've got a good idea, say it. Otherwise, man, as much as I want to see what's in there, I don't want to tip them off that we were here.
Yeah, I feel like we should be more on the cautious side, especially if we're looking for something or someone in their properties. We don't want them to know that we've already broken into one of them.
Yes. Yes, I'm inclined to agree. And besides, the only way that I know to get in is she kind of hefts her
Her bag.
shotgun. But,
I mean, I could
and
try and force it, but that's probably going to be pretty loud as well. And definitely
Yeah.
they'll know that someone broke in.
there are windows, as I recall, in the office, but it's a long way down to the dock.
I mean, we could try and make it look like a normal thief broke in. Maybe smash a window.
Though,
Smash the...
from the sounds of it, most people are very wary of Ho Fei in Shanghai.
That's true. All
I
right,
doubt
well,
a petty thief would decide to go up against Ho Fei of all targets.
Yes. And if it is possible for us to make our escape without him knowing that we were here, that would certainly be to our advantage.
all right, then I'm gonna vote for not checking out the cabinet at this time. So
That's-
we close that either leave via that door, the door down to water, or close it and find another way out.
Yes.
I think we should go back the way we came.
Agreed.
We taking these robes with us?
I believe at least one might be useful.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll head back to the room, I guess.
Okay, yeah, easily enough done. You get down there, and you can start to lower yourselves back down. How are you going to close the door, though?
Zeb was thinking we get like whatever it was Irene was using to keep it open earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and then the last person can like slightly push it up and sort of slide themselves down into the water, leaving that rag there to try whatever it was to keep it from slamming shut.
Okay.
And then we just try and quietly pull that rag out.
Okay.
And
yeah.
Just a quick question: none of the other crates look like they're easily openable, right? In this room?
No, you'd have to pry them open.
All
Take
right.
a whole fucking crate with us.
Drop a crate down the into the water.
Mm-hmm. So who's gonna be the last person to go?
I think Zeb will go last.
Okay. Zeb, make a luck roll.
Ah!
Oh no!
Do I have to?
Yep.
Do I have to?
Yep.
Son of a nutcracker.
So as you pull the bundle down, you just see like some of it has gotten torn in.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody looks closely, they'll be able
Yeah.
to tell that's like something with the hatch.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay. And in addition to that failed luck roll, as you all get back into the water, a ship pulls in to the dock. A familiar ship to Ganymede Graves. And something brushes your legs in the water.
Oh, no.
And that's where we're going to end the episode!
Why?
Yay!
No!
Yay!
Son of a nutcracker! The last roll got us. We were doing so well. We were doing so well.
Yay!
Great, so we're getting trapped in by a boat. A pirate ship boat. And there's also fish people.
The
Get that rest.
water's rough with it pulling in like that.
Ganymede's got one shot with your shotgun.
Oh god.
Oh, good shit. Good shit. You can always like swim out deeper into the water. That's probably
You know.
That would be the way to go.
Yep. So, let's go around checking with everybody, and all that jazz, starting with Tommy.
Oh, things were going so great up until Zeb decided to be the last person out. That's what Zeb would do. Oh god. It's not his fault that I'm the one rolling. Yes, that was great. It was sort of nice to have a nice and quiet D&E that goes wrong at the very end.
Just at the very end.
At the very end. We were so close.
Y'all did
We were
so
so
good.
close.
It was beautiful.
Oh,
it was
man.
beautiful.
But also it was very nice to have that go very well. And it felt good. Like it just felt like a nice scene. Like as opposed to the kicking down the door that we usually do. But yes, that was great. I can't wait for next week. I'm Tommy at Imperative Penguin on the Twitter sphere. I do tabletop tabletop stuff and stuff across the interwebs. Not much going on right now. Definitely at some point some stuff will get announced. Things happen eventually. But otherwise, go follow these amazing people because they're doing amazing things.
Mwah. Let's go up to Allie.
That was everything that I love about Pulp Cthulhu. It was the perfect game of Pulp Cthulhu, including the botched roll at the very end. I love it. Thank you, everyone. Hey, you can find me on the internet many places, but Twitter's probably the place to look at Alison Robinson 2000Y, where I tweet about space and robots and TTRPGs and other things that I think are cool. If you think those things are cool, follow me there. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait for next week. I'm sure Charlie can save us from this,
Yeah.
right? That's what can happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going to pin my hopes.
Oh, that's nice.
Charlie's gonna pull up in a boat into a yacht next to us.
So-
Get in,
a motor launch.
Kienna.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Love doing crimes against cultists, you know, what we
Yeah.
do here. Crime against cults. I'm Kienna. You can find me over on Twitter at KiennaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing. When I'm not here on the channel, mostly just here on the channel though. I'm the GM for Against the Stars, our Burn Bright campaign, which is on Wednesdays. And later today, I will be running a one-shot of my Candlekeep Mysteries Adventure
Yay.
for charity. We are doing a marathon with our stream team Emporium. So basically, we'll be back here at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, as I go through and run the adventure that I wrote for an official book. That's wild. So Lauren will be playing it, a bunch of Emporium friends will be playing for it, and we are raising money for Stop API Hate, because it is API Heritage Month. So come hang out, check that out. We've got some really cool giveaways as well happening there. So we've got, you know, a Roll20 Candlekeep Mysteries module that we're giving away. Also Dice Envy subscription box we're also giving away. So come hang out with us. It'll be a lot of fun. Shenanigans. Level 11 people that I've given 2 magical items
I'm
to.
playing a rogue.
A
At
very
level
broken
11.
rogue. Who
I
can't
can
roll under
fly.
you can't roll under a 20.
23.
For your stealth stuff. So this is fine.
Yay! Yay me! Yay! I'm Lauren. I'm that salty ginger, the salty half of this channel. I'll be back later for Candlekeep Mysteries. It's gonna be super, super duper fun. We have Drac, we have Vanna, we have Jude. It is going to be a time and a half. Can't wait. Otherwise, I'll be modding. Roll20 is also having a fundraiser today from 11 so that starts soon. So I'll be modding over there. Also for Stop API Hate. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a full day, but we'll be back here at 6 p.m. Pacific. Otherwise, listen to Missing Annie Lee everywhere podcasts can be found if you like the spooky actual plays. There are only 7 episodes left. 4 of Summer's arc and 3 of mine. It's wild. The end of this week's episode, if you do not scream, you do not feel. You will scream. I almost guarantee it. So yeah, we're gonna go raid one of our Emporium teammates, and we'll be back here at 6 p.m. Pacific for D&D. Wild. Okay. We'll see you next time. YouTube, Twitter, all those things. We gotta go. Goodbye. Wave bye, everybody. Bye.